there's so much of this between now and November that it's going to be quite painful. But what I do think, coming away from a series of conversations, is that this cabinet haven't worked out how to explain why the black hole exists, why there's going to be a downgrade, who's to blame for the downgrade. And really, they just haven't begun to get their sort of linguistic ducks in a row. I'm told that the board meeting about the Treasury is meeting 3 times a week. That's a group of senior people in number 10 and number 11, 3 times a week. And yet so little of what they're doing has actually leaked out yet, which I think is fascinating.
There is something about the mojo or what a chancellor emanates, I think, Sam. I think you might not disagree with me on that. And I think one of the things that Rachel Reeves has been talking up, certainly around those from the finance world visiting this conference, is, come on, the UK is not such a bad place to be planning to have your money or to amp up your investment, and how much it has stability on our side. It's neither the US with the kind of rock and roll of the Trump years and Wall Street's reaction to that. We are affected by that, but we're not right in front of the door when it comes to that. And also, somebody talked about people going off to the heady havens of the Middle East, the Dubais, etc. Her response was, and very close to war zones, and look at the risk that attaches to that. So I think there'll be a sort of subliminal message, if not more, saying, stick with the UK, come into the UK if you find your life as an investor too exciting somewhere else and maybe too dull in Frankfurt. Perish the thought.
I think what's going to be interesting is the extent to which Rachel Reeves can bind in her cabinet as she gets towards this budget. Traditionally, budgets are not something that have had buy-in from the whole top team. Your bit is discussed as a cabinet minister, and then the rest of it is landed on your head. There are already these budget board discussions going on, but do they try to be a bit more inclusive? One of the criticisms of Rachel Reeves for the last few times she's done big moments is she's been, hasn't really brought many people with her until the very last moment. Will that change, or will she continue to operate as she has done in the past?